just getting some koi pellets and some wafers. Let's see about. You get wafers about 4 times a day. A week. Cucumber twice a week. That's for the plec. You can see there the plec and the bristlenose. That's down there somewhere. Then the other fish getting bloodworms 3 times a week, flakes 4 times a week, as well as pellets 4 times a week. You also get chopped up mealworms, earthworms, moria worms, crickets, bit of lettuce in the game. There's a frog. Wait, can you see it? Right by sucking, no, you can't see it that lightly, but right by the sucking age, about there, you might make it out. So that's one called frog. Yeah, eel basically just has mealworms, mealworms, earthworms, and the bloodworms. The frogs have the bloodworms, earthworms, mealworms, some chopped up moria worms, crickets, and I think that's everything. But yeah, but I mean, I've had these fish for like good few years now. I'm sure it's getting about 5 years, and basically I ain't been, as they've been. Oh, there it goes. Oh, there it is. As they sort of been, individuals sort of dying off every now and again, I haven't really been replacing them because I've been concentrating more on the reptiles and amphibians because they're more expensive. But once I get to a point where once I got some, once I sort of at the moment sort of finished with the reptiles and amphibians, of getting more, not for a time, I'll stock up the tanks a bit more. But basically, I want to get some more reptiles and amphibians, but I don't want to get too many that I get overwhelmed, because the next 5 or so years particularly are going to be very busy for me. I'm going to be going to Otley College, going on to university quite possibly, though I'm not sure about that yet. So I want to have a decent amount of animals which I'm sort of reasonably happy with, but nothing too complicated that needs too much time. So there's a frog there. It's going to listen, there's a cut across there. But basically I don't want, I know I'm never going to end up being like an animal hoarder, because basically, to me, if you can't appreciate having the animals and you don't have time to sit back and just watch them or have them out or anything like that, that means you've got that means in my opinion, you've got too many, particularly, as well. You may be able to look after them, but if you can't enjoy watching them and having them, to me, even if you look after them and keeping them in good health, that's really too many animals. No, I wouldn't want to get any more after that, because there's no point in having it. Simply, what's the point of having animals which you can't even sit back and just admire? So yeah, but basically, I want to get a bunch of like smallish, not too difficult to care, that if it comes to, if I can put in the food and clean them out quite easily without taking up too much time for the next few years, that would be good, and have some time to sort of just watch them like I can now. Like right now I'm watching the fish, and at night when they come out, I look at the toads which are in here. But because to me, what's the point of having animals if you can't enjoy having animals, But yeah, so the next few years they'll be quite busy for me. So I want to get carpet python and a blood python after I've got some experience with other snakes. And I'd get a hatchling, obviously of those species, because that'll help. That they aren't too massive, not like Burmese or anything. I mean, I would like Burmese, but probably at least 10 years away I can see that being at the earliest, you know, their plan. Because also I wouldn't want it in anything smaller than a 10 foot by 10 foot, ideally 15 foot by 15 foot viv. Because I prefer it when the viv about the length of the snake. When it comes to snakes, that is, once the length of the snake, I find that's definitely more than enough space. And with certain species, I wouldn't want anything smaller than that. Let's let the living wafer. Because I've heard you can keep a like, you know, 12 foot, 15, maybe even 20 at, well, more 18 really, 18. So you can keep an 18 foot snake in a 6 by 2 by 2. It's like, it could live, it could breed, but to me it needs to be able to move, soak its whole body if it wants to, so, you know, climb, dig. Because I don't have anything against people who keep their snakes on newspapers and stuff, but it's not for me. I don't like it personally, because partly it doesn't look as nice. I mean, I'd keep animals on paper toweling and stuff if they're either hatchlings or in quarantine for some reason. But for actually keeping, I would only want natural substrates, as it allows them to behave naturally. Like my corner I used to have down there in this viv, had it on natural substrate, and this I never knew it to do, made tunnels. It didn't just dig through the substrate, but it made a proper tunnel system, almost like a little network. And if it was quite, when I was clearing it out, that's quite cool seeing that. But you know, I think really it should be able to behave as they normally would. Obviously they can't to the extent because they are in cages, but they still need to be able to do the what they like to do, you know, what they need to do. Yeah, so that's just me thinking about my thoughts on animal keeping a bit, while looking at some pretty fish. That's my Plek. He's normally alright, but as I found out yesterday, I was taking water out, yellow you, taking water out and to a water change, and he must have been sleeping or something. He's normally just moved out of the way. He went crazy. Next thing I know, there's water everywhere, all up to here, all up there's water, and it's been splashing around everywhere, pain in my hand, and like that, and a bit like that, which I'm assuming some like is it pectoral fins? I think they're the front fins, almost like, yeah, I know that's the dorsal fin, that's the cardinal fin, dorsal fin. Then I think those are pectoral fins, which then, yeah, you know what I mean. But it's basically it's those front bony ridge bits. Seems short what I'm trying to say. But they hurt a lot. My little glass catfish. He's normally out a lot more. And some half beak. I really like them. They're cool. They like the crickets as well. They used to get fruit flies, but fruit flies I open it up, throw some fruit flies in. The ones left, within 2 days they're dead, so giving up. Maybe later when I've got enough time. There's fish having a fight up there. But really like these half beaks. When I first saw them I was like, should I? And it was a group of 4 males and 1 female, which I've still got now. And they were like, what, £10? I was like, should I? I will. So I got them. I was really young, got them 2 years ago. They've grown up really well, I think. Fair size. But that's just the female. Wait, where is she? Where'd she go? She was right there. Oh, that's the male, by the way, right here. But she's gone to. You can see her now. There she is. But yeah, Indian gourami. There's Harlequin raspberries, or should I say, Plek, Goose Nose, 2 African clawed frogs, Tartac eel, 1 glass catfish at the moment. It was a shoal of 6. But the catfish, and there's one Congo tetra, because the glass catfish, because really this tank, the tetras and raspberries and stuff were in this. This is now for a cane toad. Nothing in at the moment, but I'm getting a cane toad next month. And I did a water change. Everything went normal, tap safe. Left it for normal temperature, all okay. Put the water in. Next thing I know, half my fish are dead. And basically, that Congo you might have seen earlier, the gouramis, the sucking roach that's down there, the plec, the bristlenose, and the Dora catfish and the eel. Hello eel, there it is. Is that it? Yeah, I think that's about it. Those were basically the only survivors. But literally, everything went as normal. Not sure what happened. Something must have been something in the water. They did try the water. It did taste a bit funny. My mum was saying they were doing a bunch of sewage work. So yeah, might have been trying to do that. But basically, put water in. Everything was normal. Next thing I know, come home from school, dead fish everywhere. So I took them out. And then I had the survivors in quarantine. And then I was thinking about getting to cane, so I thought, well, I'll move these little guys over here. And then I put the bigger catfish and whatnot back in here. They seem to get all fine. But yeah, the eel will get about a foot. And he might, I don't know, because he might eat my little fish, like these little guys. Although, at the moment they can sleep. I've got some rummy-nose in here as well, which I'm normally out, which is actually very weird. I'm not saying that. I'll check on this video, but normally it's a shoal of 8. Normally here, I think they're back there. Sitting there, anyway. But they have to sleep right next to his head, like rolling around his head. There's a rummy-nose there. Behind the glass, engine glass. The engine glass I bought as a pair, and I got a sick one, which is basically deadish. So yeah, and I mean they prefer shoals, but there's only 2 left. So well, better than nothing. I can build it up. But yeah, I had about 5 fire eels growing about 75 centimeters. Bigger fish 8 centimeters. So in theory, this guy should be able to out of these for life. He goes to about a foot in captivity. Jack and clawed frogs, I doubt will eat these. But again, I'll just see how it all goes realistically. I mean, I've got something planned in case if it needs to be sorted and moved. That thing right down there. Just took up with water. But yeah, so that's that then.